Now we come to an important part of your syllabus, which is about euthanasia. Now we all have heard about euthanasia on and off. I remember reading a lot about Aruna Sable case. She was admitted in hospital in Bombay and she was in a vegetative state. So one of her colleagues and friends fought till Supreme Court, and the subject was euthanasia. So someone who is in vegetative state or someone who is undergoing some unending pain and suffering, is it allowed legally to, because it is an uncurable, very painful disease, is it allowed for the doctor to say indirectly, in a very simple language, we would say kill the patient, stop the treatment, give some medical overdose, and which leads to death of the patient in a very peaceful manner. So there are certain, sadly, there are certain diseases which are incurable even today in 21st century, and they are very painful. So this was one of the very big debates even at that time, and even today I see a lot of people writing research papers on euthanasia, whether it is acceptable or no. Now here I've cited very good points. As far as euthanasia is concerned, your should be a small answer if I'm not wrong. And what does it mean? It means intentional ending. Please remember, this is intentional. Non-intentional will not come under euthanasia. And it's a painless ending of a patient's life. Of course, it has to be painless because the person is already undergoing a lot of pain. Okay. So the person who's suffering from incurable, okay, it has to be incurable. Even if 1% it is curable, it won't be considered under euthanasia. So it is incurable, painful disease, either in irreversible coma. Irreversible coma means the person is already in coma, the person is unconscious for a long period of time, and the doctor would, by some standards, come to know from the reports that the person may never wake up. So it's a irreversible coma, which is also called as vegetative state. So the person is basically not able to do any actions. He's just lying in the bed. Maybe the food is, injected in the body through tubes. It's very sad to even look at. So just imagine the kind of pain or the torture that the person himself must be undergoing. So euthanasia applies to certain persons in certain conditions, such as irreversible comas, vegetative state, suffering from incurable painful disease. And there are two types of euthanasia. One is active and one is passive. Now, one active is where it's very much similar to voluntary euthanasia, where the person gives full consent and he understands what is going to happen to him after a certain, say, step is being taken. And passive is wherein the person doesn't know. So the person may be in vegetative state, someone else may give, take the decision and give consent for the same. So that is non-voluntary euthanasia, someone else making a decision. Maybe if it is a kid, maybe parents, or if it's an old parent, maybe the kids or relatives, such likewise. Now I have cited, of course, in India, euthanasia is not legal. Okay, because that may lead to other problems. We have seen or we have read that people literally kill each other for properties, maybe directly or indirectly. So just imagine if euthanasia is legalized, what may happen. So I think that is one of the factors why euthanasia is not made legal till date. But in other countries, let's see what happens. It is legal in some states of United States, Germany, Japan, and Switzerland. And euthanasia, including PASS, legal in, okay, so what is PASS? That is where it is assisted suicide. Assisted is where the doctor actively administers overdose of some medicine or a painkiller, or stops the life surviving kit that is put on the patient or the person. So euthanasia, which also includes, that is one of the methods of euthanasia, how euthanasia can be taken place. So that is legal in Luxembourg, Canada, Colorado, Belgium, and Netherlands. And you can write this in your answers very nicely. I think people will like it. Whoever is checking would know that, okay, you have read something and you have made some points. So if you write these points as 1, 2, 3, 4 and try to elaborate it a bit, then I think you will make a beautiful answer. Just write introduction, what is euthanasia, types of euthanasia, you can make paragraphs, and at the end, give a global outlook of how euthanasia looks on a global map. What happens in India, it is illegal, it's not legal yet. And in other countries, it is legal.